How about that crap? I really like music. I did a pretend music video just for fun, which is my number one rule for doing YouTube. I posted it. No one really cared. I don't care. My brother was watching it. He's like, I've talked about him before. He's like this savant musician. Um, I just won't go there. Anyway, good morning. He tells me apparently I like heavy metal music. I was like, I guess I do. It's like, yeah! Anyway, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday, which is here very icy and weird because usually we don't get snow. You get weird ice and all the trees are like icy and it's actually beautiful. Captain Jack's here. Bam. Hello, sir. Sunrise Water Media. Mike Kelly. Hey. Hopefully I don't misspeak this, but hey, if you're ever going to move up north into the Far East, you want to talk to this guy. Oh, Walter! Walter, I love Walter. I just like Walter. He's just what he's trying to do with his YouTube channel is just amazing, good heart. That's a heart that apparently is broken in half. Josh Scott. Hey, man. Hi. I don't really know you. Maybe I do. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Captain Jack. Linda. Uh-oh. Here it is. I murder names. Linda Quintiliani. Linda Quinti... Quintiliani. Linda Quintiliani. Okay, whatever. Pete. Good morning, sir. Looks like you're working on your mic stuff. Pia. Hello, sir. Sorry. Alan Hilburn. Hey, man. Welcome. Walter. Yep. Sunrise. Walter. Pete. Bart's here. Bart Johnson. Hey, Bart. You got to let me know again, man. I'm trying to practice keeping these to an hour, which means at 10 o'clock. Whoosh. Well, that's bad, isn't it? Whoosh. Off with their heads. So if you're doing a live stream today, let me know. Hopefully you are. I'll end at 10 anyway. Everybody laughs. Yeah. I was expecting more on this joke. What's the plural of octopus? Octopuses? It's a joke there. I don't get it. And apparently he got it. Oh yeah, Bart Johnson. Walter's asking about his cart. He did this live stream last week after mine. And he put together this cool gear cart. Neat video. Mike Kelly. Wasn't that a title of a 007 movie? We won't go there. Dan, why don't you have a wrench, dude? That's weird, dude. Why don't you have a wrench? I give people I know, I mean no. Had him out already. No. I give people I know, like really know, not like Linda Quintiliani. Like, I don't know. It's like, I probably know you. Maybe you're over at the university. Maybe you've done a bunch of courses and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, no, I know who you are. Yeah, you're getting a wrench. I give people a wrench in here. And the reason why I give them a wrench is not so they can be a moderator and kick other people out and all that stuff that I don't know. I do that so if you want to post your YouTube channel, since I made this for university members and for YouTubers and stuff like that, or you want to post something, don't post affiliate links and don't bomb the chat. Go ahead. I don't care. And if you want to talk with each other behind the scenes and stuff like that, then go ahead. And I'll just let you talk. She's enjoying the music. Cool. Pete, he's talking about mics. Pete's been playing with mics and having some success. I almost thought it ended with an I, but I know you are Trixie. Oh, Captain Jack. Oh, yeah, he's Trixie. Then we go into some more stuff, some more. Gee, Waddle. Hello, man. Linda. Brian Barron. I'm blaming Kevin if I fall asleep on my ATEM during live stream in church in 6 hours as it's 1 a.m. in Singapore. Whoa, dude. Thanks for joining. You're a beast. I appreciate you joining us. Isn't this cool? People in Singapore and Germany and England and the UK and stuff. Bart, I'm streaming today, going super nerdy and measuring lights. Good, at 10 in an hour. Why don't you drop the link, if you've already scheduled it, into the chat so everybody can like move from here over there. If they're interested. If they're not, well then, hell with you. Hank Miner! One Spot TV coming too. One Pot TV. Oh, neat, man. Hello, Ron. Online, Mike Clayton. Better late than ever. Mike Clayton always is late, a little bit, and then apologizes for being late. The guy's like super busy. Samantha Shaw, good morning. Hello. Richard Amiot. I got it right this time. Hey, man. Cart's great. Linda, I am, yay. RV Addict. You know what's cool about the RV Addict, other than his really cool videos, and he's got some cool stuff, and he does RV stuff? His name's Kevin. That's either a blessing or a curse. Worth a loot. Hello, Andre. Check his channel out, too. Drop a link, dude. He does these great reviews and everything. Andre, which I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this, was helping some people do a shoot last week on something. See, I don't like sharing data that I'm not, whatever. And realized it's a little more involved than what he had signed up for. Captain Jack, I bet teachers had fun learning your name. Kevin knows me. We're best buds. We are. Everybody here, we're best buds if I know you. Pete Ellis, affiliate links below. Dan-splaining video. Message retracted. Wait a second. I'm confused. I gave you a wrench. Dan is trolling me, I think. Either that or he said a bad word. Here's the link for anyone who wants to join after this stream. Oh, I'm clicking that. I'm going to set that. Oh! Whoa. I clicked it and it did something really weird on my chat. Let's go over here. Let's take a look. Something went wrong. Wow. I don't know if the link's bad, dude, but anyway. Iron Skillet, Ultimate Cooking Tool. Ivan Remus. Hello, sir. It's good to see your text name, too. Linda, Captain Jack, classified content. I think I lost the wrench when I transferred my channel to a brand account. Oh, that's right. Well, anyway, Linda Q is good with me. Linda Q, good. Quintiliani. Bet you I nailed it. Anyway, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming and hanging out and spending your Saturday morning, afternoon, night, or in Singapore. I guess that's Sunday. Is that how that works? I just want to talk about YouTube a little bit. Wanted to answer some questions that I got. And going over to my email. I nailed it. Yeah. We'll go with Linda Q. Okay. Here's some questions here that I wanted to go over. This is from... I'm not going to call your names out. I was going to put it all in text, but I didn't have time. Luckily. Hey, man. Welcome. Probably just a quick glitch. Yeah. Captain Jack. Message retracted. That's not real. He does that, so I go, whoo. Brian Barron, Sunday, day 2. Hey, yeah, happy Chinese New Year to anybody who's over there and celebrates it. That's awesome. There's some Was it Sunrise? No, maybe it was somebody else. They were talking about their Chinese, what is it, year? The year they were born thing. I was born in the year of the rooster. And then, of course, all the jokes commenced. Hey, Mike Kelly, you got a question. Here's a noob question that I have never worked out. Does your camera know the difference if you set white balance using a white card versus a gray interactive DNA? Look out. Here we go. Message retarder. Good morning, Kevin and all. Does your camera know the difference if you set a white balance using a white card versus a gray card? God, I hate these it depends answers. If you want to set the perfect white balance in your camera, you're going to use an 18% gray card. Now, a bunch of you who are experienced are like, ah. As I showed in my recent video on doing all the color and the lumetri scope and everything else, the purpose of that video was not to teach you color correction, although I am going to be doing a color correction and grading course, redoing one. The purpose was to say, quit mucking around with your videos and spending 3 days trying to color correct your video and get it perfect. Hey, I don't need these. Boom. Oh, freedom! You don't need to go in and spend days color correct. You're not a Hollywood producer. You're not making a Hollywood movie. It doesn't need to be, there's all sorts of, we won't go into it. Hopefully, nay, don't go there, nay. You'll blow everybody away with words. You don't need to do all that stuff. Is it close? Yeah. I was trying to like make that video to get people off this color correction and my skin tone is not exactly at an IRE of blah, 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 blah. Because there are some people who do that. Now, if you're into that, and because, some people do this for a hobby and they want to like color correct and do this and shoot in S-Log or RAW, that's, like you ever see when they do these things, it's like gray looking. You're like, what the hell is that? And then they swipe it and they do this color correction. That's what I'm talking about. You don't need to do that for YouTube videos. I mean, right now I'm just, whatever is my everything perfect on my camera. I don't know. I think it's pretty close. I checked it out. It works. I doubt anybody's sitting here going, ooh, the values of your skin are off by 0.1%. It doesn't matter unless you're doing something really, really, really important or you're delivering something to a client. Just dial in your camera. I mean, one guy left a comment, and he was right. He said, 2 words, white balance. Correct. I mean, there are 2 things in your camera. Assuming you're shooting on manual or you're locking it down, like on a phone, you can set it up, put it up there, and it looks really good, and you can hold down your finger on the phone, and it will lock not only all that focus stuff, but it will lock where it's at with the way the colors and everything else looks. It's always a good idea when shooting with a phone, so it doesn't do that hunt thing and all that. But the whole point of that was to get people off this 2 days color correcting their video. Because it's a deep, dark hole you can go in. I mean, let's face it. I don't know how many videos you made, but there are people here who have made a lot of videos. I don't know how many of them have come back. Like Bart, I'm sure he's made a ton of videos. I'm not sure. On YouTube, I'm talking now. Remember, it's YouTube, talking head, blah, blah. I don't know how many people come back and going, hey, I think there's a slight green cast on your video. People don't do that. Plus, after they watch something for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, their eyes adjust. Like you're inside, if you take a camera and you set the white balance, like nail it to where it can't change, and you take a picture outside at 5600K, it's all white and nice, and you come inside and don't change anything, get the picture, it's all yellow. You're like, what the heck's going on? Well, because your eyes adjust like that. Well, if your eyes adjust like that, when somebody initially, to a certain degree, watches your videos, their eyes are going to adjust. Totally. And their ears a bit too. Sound and audio is more important than that. Anyway, why did I get into that? Whatever. Somehow something happened and I started talking and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we're talking about YouTube. Link is good. Thanks. I'll check it out. You're the Yox, Pete Hallis. He's doing stuff. He's doing stuff. Any comment on the Logitech Brio 4K Ultra webcam? No. I've said this before. I've gone through, I've been doing this for a lot of years. I've gone through and I said, hey, I got a Sony a7S III. I got this cool 55mm lens and a couple other lenses. I got some lights. I got my studio over there that I'm reworking with some new aperture lights and stuff like that, which is why I'm not doing a lot of videos over there. I got the sound, I got the Mix Bri 3, I got the mics, I'm done. I don't go looking for stuff. I don't go hunting for a better camera or a better live stream or anything else. So I'm sorry I don't know about this. I imagine there are probably reviews. Again, you can set up a little webcam up here, as you've probably seen in my OBS course. If you haven't seen in my OBS course, then, I mean, what's the matter with you? Joking. Just set up your camera and just start, and you'll figure it out. Over time, you'll figure it out. And back to the discussion on YouTube. When you're starting out, like, don't do this. Just don't do this. I know there are people in here that are doing this. Grand Tours, amen. Welcome. I know people do this and they think, bleep, what they're doing. And I'm not sure I look good on camera and my lights aren't quite. Maybe if I had a better, and they just do all this mental, blah, 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 blah. Just start shooting. And you're going to set it up there and you're going to post your videos and you don't even have an audience. So who cares? And later on, a month or 3 months or whatever down the road, if you just keep making videos like I keep telling people to do, all those old videos will not only show you and the people that are signing up how you've progressed, which is a good thing. You'll also be learning, and those videos are just going to fall into the whatever. But in the meantime, you're making videos and you're practicing and you're practicing. It doesn't matter. I even have a cup that says that the worst video ever made was the one that wasn't. And I firmly believe that. More comments. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow, that's a lot of comments. Thank you. I like comments. So anyway, yeah, that's how I got there. Webcam. I would watch reviews of people you trust. Check it out. How much is this thing? Let me see. Logitech Brio 4K Ultra webcam. Wow, it's 199 bucks. Hey, if that works, man, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, you don't. If you're going to live stream or Zoom calls or anything else, you can do all sorts of cool stuff. And there's nothing wrong with doing that and learning. But really, if you're just starting out live streaming or doing Zoom calls or whatever, go use your webcam. Make sure the sound is good. Start using lights. Use that crappy webcam. Get it set up. Get it in frame. Like, use the crappy webcam and practice your audio and your lights and everything else. And then when you actually upgrade to something that's good, then you'll know what you're dealing with. And then you'll just be like, yeah, boom. Anyway, that's my opinion. I always carry my wife with me when I was shooting. She was perfect. Dude. Interactive DNA. Interactive DNA, I don't think is from this country. I think he's from Peru or Portugal or Aruba or ABC Islands or something like that. He still hasn't mastered political correctness in the U.S. Captain Jack, I can't hear you. What did you unplug? You're playing with me, dude. You better be able to. No, you can hear me. Nope. Pete Alice, I still don't know what I'm doing with the X-Ray card, all the colors on the card. Oh, okay. You can check out that video. There's a lot of things you can do with the X-Ray card. Really. Oh, I don't have it here. Really, there's like a white and a black and a middle gray. I'm not saying this is the way to do this. There's a lot of other ways to do this. But basically, hold the card up, right? And then you go into your editor, you know, and there's a ton of tools and all editors, and you pick that little eyedropper and just click on that white thing, and you'll see it go, bink! You'll be like, wow, my white balance is off or something like that, or it'll move just a little bit and you're like, cool, I'm done. That first row of colors, you know, you have like red and green and magenta and everything else. That first row of colors, that's in there to play with. Are my colors right on my camera? Is my white balance? Am I using the right whatever? And just that first top, as you'll see in that video I did, you mask it off, check the colors, they're close, whatever. And all the rest of the stuff, you're really getting into a deep dive for professional colorists or hobbyists. I don't even want to go into that. But that's the basic of it. You're just holding that color thing up going, hey, are the colors correct? And you're either color correcting in your video editor to those colors. And my suggestion on that video was, well, screw all the color correction and everything else. Try and dial in as best you can. Here's the color correction. Wow, green's way off. Everything's twisted. That lines off. We'll go set the white balance or a custom white balance on your camera. Get the right picture profile and do it again. Dial in your camera and take that thing and go boop. Assuming you're shooting in the same space. Make sure you save those settings on your camera and then shoot. Don't worry about it. That's what I do. I don't worry about it. Is there a green cast? I don't know. Not much. Are my skin tones perfect? I don't know. This is what I look like. You don't like my skin tones? Tough. Logitech. I gotta make. I lost it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I got to make sure I feed my cats before the stream. They don't care if I'm live. If they're hungry, they will crash the show. Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, feed the cats, man. Thanks for stopping by. I just tell them there's a bit of green cast on your monitor. Pete Ellis. Your color are blue minus 0.0005, green plus 0.010, red 0.001. You mean right now? Slight green cast. Yeah. How much do I care? I don't. But thanks. Pierre. Good evening, Grand Tours from the Netherlands. Hello. God, I love this. Took the YouTube class, but one thing that it did not answer for me was the basic setup options. I created a brand channel off my personal channel. Okay. But is this the only option? I'd really like 2 separate channels that are not linked to the personal channel. Is this possible, or do you have to fake a separate user ID with a unique phone number? Yeah. You do. What you do is, like, if you already have a personal channel, you can link that as the brand channel. It gets all confusing and everything else. I would just create a brand channel. Like, my brand channel is the Basic Filmmaker, my main channel, and the Unscripted one is part of that brand. It is a bit confusing, and I really didn't cover brands. You know, I need to add that. I'll add that. I'll explain that and not spend a billion hours here explaining that. But yeah, I'll explain that because that can be confusing. The brand, and it's not a brand, but a personal channel. I will explain that. I'll add that to the YouTube pros area where the ever-growing YouTube. Great question, man. Thank you. Thank you. OBS course is excellent. Thanks, Peace. Peace. Thanks, Peace. Thanks, Pete. I help iSpike with the Brio camera. Not much difference. If you want to stream, just up convert 1080p like Kevin is doing if you use OBS. Correct. Actually, the camera's set to 4220 10-bit blah, 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 because I don't want to change it. What's happening is it's going through this, and the ATM is coming into my computer at 1080. And then in OBS, I just say, hey, I want to stream this at 4K. I want the video to be 4K, and I set the bandwidth. I'm not going to get into the technical details. Go take the OBS course and it explains it, or go check out Nay's channel. It looks just fine. The whole upscale thing, it's like, oh, you're upscaling. It looks fine, but he's correct. Arviak, thanks to you, I stopped thinking and just made 2 new videos. Bam! Boom! Yeah, Kevin. That's right. You saw probably from my email, I did this test. I was like, oh man, I'm trying to get 1 video done a week, and it's hard because I got the university, and I got the emails, and I got me, whine. And I said, okay, well, let's take a different viewpoint on that. If you can't handle one thing, try handle a bunch of stuff and get your butt in gear. So last Week before on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I created and released a video. And then last week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I created a video. That isn't like a, ooh, pat yourself on the back, although it's pretty cool. It's, you can do it. Just make it happen and just blow away all the other blah, blah. Anyway, whatever. That's well done, dude. Well done. So that's point one is, which I've been too much blah blahing here, is if you're going to start a YouTube channel, you just need to get over all this other crap. All the other, insinuations and this, and you can't make it on YouTube, or, oh, maybe I'll get discovered, or do what the big channels do. Just make the channel to start. Just create the channel if you don't already have one, and just post videos. Just post videos. Do it. Post them. Make them and post them. Here's my dog. Here's my cat. Here's my thing. Or whatever your thing is, like RV Addict. Here's my phone, and I'm going to shoot here, and here's how I fix the door on my RV. Cool. Post it, post it, post it, post it. As you'll see in the YouTube course, there's like 21 things in the YouTube course. It isn't everything under the sun, moon, and stars, and how to deep dive into the analytics. In fact, until you're a big channel, you should just stay the hell out of the analytics anyway. I cover that in the course. It's 21 things you should do. Period. With no BS. Those are the things you should be doing. If you want to do 50 other things, it's totally okay. Do those 50 other things. But if you aren't doing those 21 things, then you're not going to grow and your YouTube channel is going to work. That's number one. Number two, I've seen this thing, this pendulum, which is, I don't have the time to do a YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay. Great, then don't. Or, I want my YouTube channel to grow instantaneously. We live in this everything now world, right? Don't have the money? Pull out a credit card. Ching! That is not going to work out well for you in the long run, unless you're thinking about it. But it's everything now. You see these few creators that have gotten onto YouTube. It's like, well, they got 1 million subscribers and they're making $6 billion. They're not dollars a year doing this. That is not the norm. What is the norm is most of the people who have a fairly sizable YouTube channel have been working on it for years and years and years and years and years and years. And they started by just making videos and figuring it all out. That's what the YouTube course is. Don't spend years and years and years and years and years and years figuring it all out. This is how you do it. And then once you get your legs under you and know what you're doing all those 21 things, then you can go off and take your channel and figure it out and do what you want to do. Anyway. Linda Q. We're going with that. Best advice I've gotten from you. Hey, thanks. Lockley. Hey, man, welcome. I've done almost 2K, live videos, not knowing what I was doing at first. Just wing it till it works. Yeah. I did that for 8 years. Now realize also 8 years ago or 10 years ago, the landscape of YouTube has changed. It's changed a lot. It used to be you created a brand and you did not use your name, like me. I'm glad I didn't use my full name because my last name is just murdering and I've spent my whole life trying to spell it for people and I didn't want to go through that. Now it's, well, yeah, you use your name. Okay, whatever. These are not important things. Anyway, thank you. Lockley, Kevin's courses can really help flatten the learning curve. Yeah, that's what it's designed to do. It's like driving a car. And there are certain things you need to know and practice and do to be able to drive a car safely and properly. And then once you do that, well, then you're going to like modify it and do your own thing. But those basic things like in driving a car, if you don't do them, you're not going to be able to drive a car. You're going to have accidents. You're going to fail at it. You're going to go, oh, I guess I shouldn't drive a car, yada, 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 yada. That's all the course is. It takes, I spent thousands. It's in the thousands. It might have reached, no, it hasn't reached tens of thousands. I spent thousands of dollars on taking many other YouTube courses, and it's all, not all of it, most of it's blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not trying to like push the course. I'm just saying it works for people. It absolutely works. And if it didn't work, I would freaking take it down. Yeah. Interactive DNA. I'm from Brazil. An American family found me in the middle of the Amazon jungle. Wow. That's cool. He's from Brazil. Great movie, by the way. Kevin Jack, sometimes I like to offset my colors. For example, when I'm taking photos of the sunset, I'll change the white balance temperature to make the sun and sky more orange. Yeah, you can totally do that. You can totally do that. Especially for photography. I am not a photographer. There's a guy named Will Simpson, YouTube Academy member, does great stuff. These guys take these pictures and they Photoshop or I forget what it is, and I even have it here. They make these amazing pictures, works of art. And you can do that. You can change the white balance. Hey, if you screw up and you shoot a video and you go and it's all yellow, great. Well, then just take that little white balance thing over there that's toward the yellow and just make it more blue. Good. And then fix your camera. Done. Am I going to buy the Sony A1? No. Absolutely, positively not. A, I don't do camera reviews. B, I did a lot of research when moving from the Canon 5D Mark III and all of its accessories and lenses and everything else. I was going to move up to Canon, but long story. I bought the Sony A7S III. It is a video beast machine, although it was about $3,500. Cha-ching! And you add in the lenses. I love this thing, and I bought it thinking, like my 5D Mark III that I shot with in 1080 and recently over a year scaled up to 4K, and nobody noticed. I wanted a full frame camera. I wanted, really great autofocus. Cha-ching, so I didn't have to deal with focus. And it's a beast. So I'm future-proof. I'll be using this thing for the next 3 or 5 years, probably. And the A1 would just be yet another camera that I have to shoot. It shoots beautiful 4K. And hey, if in 4 or 5 years they move to 8K, I'll just upscale it. What do I care? So no. Online, Mike Clayton. So why upscale from 1080 to 4K for live stream? What's the benefit of 4K in YouTube? Is there evidence that YouTube promotes 4K myth? I think, big giant quotes opinion. I think, and there are a lot of opinions on this, and everybody's going to be like opinion. YouTube, the opinion is that YouTube likes 4K video better. I don't have analytics or solid evidence, in other words, I haven't tested it, that they like 4K video better. And really, if you shoot, how many people, unless you're, someone who watches all their videos on a 4K or 8K now TV or something like that, how many people like the white balance thing, like the shooting with your phone? How many people go in and go, no, dude, you didn't shoot in 4K, so to hell with you. It just doesn't happen. More and more, I'm seeing more and more people are watching my videos on their phone and are watching their videos on iPads, although it can go into 4K. Just make sure your video looks good. Make sure it's sharp. Make sure the focus is on, and just make those videos. So I have no evidence. I think it's a myth. I haven't proven it myself, and I think there's a lot of blah blah around it. That being said, why not upscale to 4K? Because if it ends up not being a myth, okay. It doesn't cost me anything to shoot in 1080 and upscale to 4K. Some render time. Okay, whatever. Anyway, Hank Miner, Captain Jack, just received mine now. Learning curve. YouTube prefers 4K. It uses a new codec. Well, there is that. So there is some validity to that statement. YouTube will do the following. If you put up in 4K, there's a certain codec. A codec, for those of you who don't know, quit using these words, dude. I'm going to come fly to you in Arizona and beat you up. I wouldn't do that. A, he's stronger and bigger than me, and B, I don't do that. A codec is a compressor, decompressor. Compressor, dec, decompressor. So when you are like taking your video, it squishes it all down. Like right now, it sends it up to YouTube, and then over there it decompresses it and shows it. And YouTube has moved to their behind-the-scenes decompressor thing. They do a better job at rendering the video on YouTube using that compressor on 4K. Then we're going to get in all sorts of technical stuff, like where should your audio be at and blah, blah, blah. But there you go. Up convert to 2K. Ivan Remus. I still need to figure out how. Ivan, why don't you have a wrench? What's going on here? You're getting a wrench. You're a moderator. Be nice. I still need to figure out how to fix that I can hear the sound effects I have assigned to my Stream Deck, but the other person in the Zoom meeting can't. I'm using OBS as a virtual camera and... Yeah. Stream Deck, but the other person's zooming. I'm using OBS. Yeah, you just need to, if you're in OBS, and you can take the course, look at the course. If you look at where you click on the little wrenchies down at the bottom by that audio, you click on those little wrenchies and you make sure that it's set to be able to monitor and output that. And then you make sure Zoom knows what's going on. Zoom is funny. Like, for instance, if I play a video over on my second screen in Zoom using OBS, like if I go over here, boop, there's my screen, boop, can't see all those emails, are private. I mean, private. It looks terrible, and you don't get sound. You have to actually share the screen. Anyway, we can go into that. We can handle that later. Where was I? I thought I did it. Ivan. There's Ivan. I hear you have to go to Harvard University and get a master's degree in Sony menus. Yes, they have improved the menus quite a bit on Sony. I still adore the Canon menus. I don't know what it is about it. Part of it is I was using Canon for 10 years, maybe longer. And then when I moved to Sony, it's new. And when you go to something new, you're going to have to learn it. If you're driving a 1957 Chevy Malibu or whatever, and then you go out and buy a brand new BMW, you're going to have a learning curve. You're going to have to use it and everything else. Same with the camera. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can modify and do in this camera. It's with more options comes more menus. Anyway, it's just something to learn. I haven't learned all the menus on this. I figured out how to dial it in what I want, and I'm kind of done. Ivan, everything throughout my ATEM, everything throughout my ATEM Mini Pro. Is that part of the last thing? I don't know. You can say it again. If you stream at 2K, you see here he goes. VPN, he's completely MPEG's high efficiency. Nay, nay, nay. There are people here that don't know what all these words are. So stop doing that. But he's correct. You need to use voice meter. Maybe. Make your system sound, use Sony Vion, you'll be able to Yes. Okay. I'm ignoring Nay's comments. I love Nay. Nay has done more for me than any other individual human, like programming and intros and outros and everything else on the planet. And I've tried to do something back for him and have. He's an awesome person. He uses a lot of words that I think people don't get, so whatever. Online, so 2K gets the new codec, but so what? How does it benefit me? I'm going to let you guys talk. Remember I said it's okay to talk like that? We're just going to go past that because blah, blah, blah. Kevin, I program, still watching all YouTube on 1080 or lower. Yeah. From Pete. I want to improve my videography was getting skilled at photography. The two arts complement each other in improving skills in each art. Yeah, I actually think photography is harder than making videos. Why do I say that? Because in a video, you have 5 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever and movement and everything else. I'm not saying harder from a production standpoint, but from a viewer audience standpoint, I have 30 seconds or a minute or 5 minutes, depending on what, to have my audience enjoy this or see this or like this and warm up to it. With a photograph, you have one shot, one frame. That's it. They either like it or they don't. There's no warming up to it. They either like it or they don't. So for me, from an audience standpoint, the end viewer, photography is harder. But all the same things apply. White balance, what's in the frame. Are you shooting this giant, large field with a tree and the snow? Well, are you going to like maybe put a little bit of the icy branch in the front, which changes the whole dynamic of it? Learning photography, I think, is great. I never did. Matt Hepoja. Hey, I know Matt. Proved that 4K isn't needed. He uses new Canon i5 and set it to 1080. No one complained or even noticed the change. It's been shown that most people watch YouTube on their phone. That's true. I mean, these are all technical details, which you shouldn't care about unless you're really into it as a hobbyist and you're really into deep diving into stuff. If you're into making YouTube videos and having your channel grow, then make YouTube videos. Don't worry if they're 1080 or 8K. Don't worry about the codec that is used. Don't worry about the video you're making if you don't even have an audience. All these are worries you don't need to deal with. My brother chimes in every once in a while, and I keep trying to convince him, dude, just set up a phone or some cameras or something and just show people playing stuff. Show them how to play stuff. And he doesn't do it. Now, part of the problem is I think he doesn't know how to do it. And the other problem is it's just not his thing. Cool. It's not his thing. Don't do it. Interactive DNA. Resolution does not matter. Content. But rendering the right resolution you set up for present and future. Yeah. Wow, we got into rendering. With more option comes great responsibility. That's right. Just sharing some tech info, no harm from me. Hey, man, I don't mean to beat on you, Nay. 90% of that is just joking with you. I wish Michael Finn were here. He's from Ireland. I always joke with him. Go ahead. Talk with each other and everything else. I overstepped my humor. Sometimes helps get the job done when I share some knowledge. You are right, sir. And if I offended you in any way, Nay. Hooray. I tried to rhyme. I apologize. You should go check out his stuff. Like, you can take my OBS course, go on the basics, but you can go over his channel and deep dives. If you're into deep dives, go deep dive. He's got probably by now hundreds of hours over there. Grant Torres, I asked this earlier this week in a video, but here it is again. When you're editing a video, what do you do with the outtakes? Do you delete them while editing, or do you move them somewhere for later? I created a really quick video last week, like my process, like how I just bam, bam, bam. When I'm going along, I see an outtake, I cut, and then I start again. I cut that, like, chop the video, chick, chick. I click on that, I cut it, for me, Control X. I hit the end of the timeline and I dump it there. Control V. I'm going along, there's another outtake, do-do-do-do. Same thing, cut, Control X that thing, and dump it there. And I dump all the outtakes at the end. And then I take them and when I'm done with the main part of the video editing, I get to the blah, 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 thanks for subscribing, I got courses, yada, yada, beep. Then I take that and I stick it in there and I just start editing them and chopping up and things that I find humorous because I do, or I think other people will find humorous. I don't do long ones and I just put a few in there. For me, it's fun. I mess up all the time, and I think for me, this is my viewpoint. I don't know if people like it or not. It shows you're a real person, like in movies. I love outtakes in movies. That's really why I do it. But yeah, cut them, throw them at the end, cut them, throw them. They just keep cutting them and throw them at the end and then put them together and then just take and edit those into 15 or 30 seconds or whatever outtakes and throw it in there. Why not? People like outtakes and bloopers and stuff. That's what I do. Captain, this holds so true in hydrogen-powered rocketry. Lots of options, design, and extremely great responsibility. Michael Finn! Michael Finn, I am here, but you ignored me at the beginning. Well, I don't think you left a comment at the beginning. Let's not scroll up. Good morning, afternoon, evening, Michael. Thank you for being here. This is that guy from the UK I was talking about. He's from Ireland, and we joke around a lot. He's a great guy, and he's got a sense of humor. Thank God, or he'd kill me. Interactive DNA. I know. Message retarded. Ian Craig. Hey, I didn't know you were here, sir. Hello, Ian, Mr. Microphone dude. He's one of these guys. He's taken the YouTube course, and he's taken a lot of things and applied them and grew his channel. And now he's got over 1K and it's monetized, and he's doing a great job. Now, that being said, I am not taking credit for all the freaking hard work that people do on their channel. They work at it. They post videos. They do reviews. They go through all the pains of somebody left a bad comment on my channel and everything else. That's what Ian did. You got to take this stuff. If you're going to learn something, if you don't apply it or use it, then it becomes knowledge. Like, hey, I know about that thing. But the real difference, if you're going to do something, is do you apply it and do you use it? Hey, look at that. We're at the end of the comments. I made it through. It's 9:52. That means we have 8 minutes. I was going to go into a whole thing about YouTube. You guys have any questions, drop them. Dave Clark. Greetings, Sir Kevin. Are you snowed in like us up the road in Washington? It rained, got really cold here, everything iced over, and then it snowed. So pretty much, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Normally I don't go anywhere anyway, but right now, yeah, it's just ice. Ken Parrish, hey man, welcome dude. How you doing? So yeah, if you have any other more YouTube questions, let me know. I do highly suggest, I pinned a link up here if not already. You should go check out the university and get some more smarticles. Get some frickin' smarticles. Go learn stuff and then apply the stuff. Go apply the stuff. If you want to do YouTube and you want to be successful at it and you want to get viewers and you want to grow your channel and you want to monetize it and everything else, then go take the course. You'll spend, I don't even know what it is, $100? I don't know what it is. To learn about it and then apply the things and then do the work. I can't do the work for you. No magic wand. Stop digging that hole, Kevin. I might be waiting at the bottom and you know what will happen then. By the way, I did comment earlier. No, you didn't. Sorry, I missed you. A lot of comments. Grant Turs. Hello, Ian Craig. Great artwork in your videos. Yeah. Yeah, you changed it up, man. That's cool. Kevin, why is there a Y? I got to pre-read Nate's comments. Why is there a Y in YouTube when U starts with U? English is not my cup of tea. No kidding, right? I once thought if we just, like if every word just had one definition and that's it, and it was phonetically pronounced exactly the way it is, then it would be awesome. But then I realized there'd be about 1,000,000 billion words that we would have to learn. How YouTube got its name? Yes. See, right, I would have done YouTube, but obviously I would have been wrong. YouTube's not hurting. Cheers, Grand Tour, having fun. Kept check. Where is my YouTube video stored? Like in which city? What an interesting question. It's all over the place. YouTube, aka Google, they have servers all over the freaking place. Like all over the place. They have plots of property where there are basically warehouses of servers. They have trucks that are sitting someplace, which are warehouses of servers. It's all over the place. Is live stream 1 or 2 words? I don't know. I've gotten opinions. I've looked it up. I've tried to whatever, and it's live stream. When I do capital L live stream, my correction thing says, oh yeah, that's cool. And when I do lowercase, it says no. So there's something I don't know. Are stored with a system. Video are stored with a system lice CDN everywhere in the world. Servers near you. I don't know what system lice is. And I don't know what CDN is. See what I mean? Frickin' Brazilian bastard. I got about like 10 people that are going to kill me. Live stream in 2 words. Nerve-wracking. Yes. I thought I had some stuff over here too. I had some questions that were sent via email. Oh, yeah, I got a question here. It says, can you teach us how to make our own intros and outros? What should our focus be? Or just pay Fiverr or a family member to do it. I've done all of those. I'm lucky enough to have Nay created some really awesome stuff, especially for this live stream for me. Intros, I think outros are good. Intros used to be really important. A brand. They have become less important over the years. If you're going to brand your channel, 3 to 5 seconds. I have a titles course. It is so basic. I mean, it shows you how to make titles and stuff in your videos, like using screenshots and stuff like that. I would not have them more than 3 or 5 seconds. When you get past, I can prove this in the analytics. I found out over time, I did all sorts of different intros and outros. The intro, when it got past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it took this bell curve dive of people jumping out. 3 or 4 seconds if you want to do that. It makes, for me, bumpers are a nice way, or intros are a nice way to go, hey, today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about this Logitech mouse. Then I can go, okay, here's the Logitech mouse, and it gives me a break, and it gives the viewer a break, and I can tell them right up front. If I do, hey, today we're going to talk about this Logitech mouse. So, blah, blah, blah. It just gives them a small break. You don't have to use them. Your question on creating them is, don't spend a lot of time on them. Stick a little 3-second bumper in there, like text. Welcome to the channel. Maybe something down below goes, and then you're out of there. And then just play with it over time. If you're looking for the perfect bumper or the perfect intro or whatever, you're going to go over to Fiverr. And there are some good people over there, but they're living, most of them are living in 10 years ago. Twinkle stars and here's my RV, and people are gone nowadays. Because your bumper and outros are great. I highly suggest you make an outro, but the purpose of the outro is to give you a place, you do your outtakes if you're going to do that, is to give you a place to say thank you, give you a place to put up those end screens so people can watch more, which YouTube loves, and a place to put the subscribe thing. So the ends are great. I get a lot of people clicking on those. Anyway, that's in the course. Your focus should be on making videos. I know that sounds funny, but your focus should be on, it's in the YouTube course. It's title, compelling thumbnail. They get there, you tell them what they're getting. You're not saying this, like I said on my video and my thumbnail, we're covering the Logitech MX mouse. Boom. Wow, thank you. I clicked, and you're actually going to tell me what I want. Then you go through and you say, okay, here's the mouse. You describe what it is. You show its features. You get to the end. You're done. And then you have your outro and your end screens or whatever. Some people, it's moving more towards, at the end of the video, they're still talking, and they'll move the video. Well, we're at an hour. They'll move the video down this big while they're still talking at the end of the video and subscribe and everything else. And then they'll put their little end screens, subscribe, and suggested video, which I think is really cool. I would make videos. I would do a quick little bumper if you'd like to have one. I would do end screens so you can put up all that stuff up there, and then I would just keep it there. You're niching down to 1 million different channels, which means you're niching down to an audience, and the only way you're going to know what your audience likes is by doing stuff and seeing what happens. Really, yeah, you bet, man. You're welcome. I had another one, which I just deleted. This is for the Wednesday YouTube Pros thing, so I'm not going to answer that. This is also for the Wednesday Pros thing. It's also for the Pros thing. Here's a question that I am not sure about, but I'll throw it out there anyway. Oh, Bart's starting, isn't he? Bart just sent me a message that he's going to start measuring things like things that project photons for miles and miles. Animations like Kevin's are super expensive. Super. Normally when I work for studios, my hour rate there is around $1,200 and up. Nay is really good at what he does. He spent a lot of hours on that. Trust me. A lot. I could have easily been $10,000 to $20,000 for that. So whatever. So you don't recommend for outros the 70s style freeze frame and roll credits. No, there's, I don't think they're here. Let's Celebrate TV. Phil Gordimer and, damn it, I always forget this guy's name. They do a very TV-like thing. They have their intros. It's very good. It's kind of like HD TV. That isn't the one. Network. And their videos do go on those type of channels locally. At the end, they have a thing. They talk. They have the little roll credits thing. They have all that. They do that. But again, that's their audience. Anyway, CDN is Content Delivery Network. Hey, thanks, man. Live stream can be hyphenated. Well, sure. So can Captain-Jack. We're almost out of here. Bumper. I haven't heard that term used in years. Yeah, it's a bumper. It's an intro. There's all sorts of words. There's like 14 words for what that's called. Dave Clark say don't recommend. Okay, did I miss something? Content delivery, live stream is 2 words. Nerve-wracking. Yeah, we're down here, I think. Animations like Kevin's. Yeah. Bart just sent me a message. Cool. We're at the end. I don't think I have any more emails about this. I was going to go into a lot of stuff. So let me just quickly recap a few things I was going to go over, because I want to go check out Bart's live stream. Let's go over here and see if it's started. Google Bart Johnson Productions YouTube. Hey, look at there. Click. Look at there. Measuring. Yep, he's measuring all my lights. The aperture 60x 200D, 120D2, 300D2, 300X, 4 is a 60, 60B, 300 more. Wow. Dude does take a deep dive into stuff, and he knows what he's doing. This is what he does for a living. So I'm going to go over and watch that in a little bit and wrap this up. But for people who want to do YouTube, Bart just mentioned you on his channel. Oh, damn it, and I wasn't there. One of my pet peeves about outros is posting video links over ongoing commentary. In some cases, they actually cover up things they are trying to display. Yeah. Used to be, on some of my old videos, you'll see weird stuff happening. That's because they changed the system. But yeah. It's just, people are learning. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't post links over the ongoing commentary stuff. Yeah, I get that. And if it's a pet peeve, well, then don't do it. I mean, see, you can watch other people's videos. Don't leave bad comments. Don't tell them what they're doing wrong. It's just being a butt. Support them. They're working hard at this. Trust me, these people work hard at creating these videos that you get to watch for free. But if you're watching something, you go, wow, I don't like that at all, then don't do that thing or come up with a better way. It's a good way to learn. I would think a static screen at the end of the video would be a preferable way to do this. Is it possible to have these post in a specific location like you did on the advertisement placement video? The post, if you're talking about those end screens, yes, like here's your video, and then pull it in a little bit. And when you say I want to put, like, link my playlist or the preferred video or something, it allows you to move them within that space. You have to have at least one video. If you've been approved, you can have a link to like your website and then like a subscribe button. And maybe you throw another video, you can move those around, certainly. So once you do that on a video, like you could make a video unlisted and just go blah, 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 blah on the last, I think it's a 17 seconds. Throw some whatever videos up there and move them around where you like them and stuff. And then you'll be like, okay, cool. Take a screenshot of that. And then when you're designing your end screen or whatever you want to do, then you'll know where all these things land. And you can just design around it is what I would think. Bart said he was so involved in your stream, he almost forgot to start his stream. That's terrible. Oxford English Dictionary says live stream is 2 words or a hyphenated word. That's really good to know, Michael. I didn't know that. So live stream, so like your comment here, I'm not playing with you. Your comment here says live stream would actually be live space stream or live hyphen stream. That's cool. I noticed on mobile devices, YouTube puts the end screens in the wrong places. They're all shifted down for some reason. I haven't checked that out, and I will look at that. I do watch my videos on my TV, 4K. I watch them obviously on my computer and on my laptop. I watch them on my iPad. I don't really watch them on the phone. I haven't seen the end screens. I thought they didn't do end screens. Anyway, thanks for the 825, 8 out of 25 likes. Great. What? That's funny. I don't care. Bart said he hopes Kevin wraps up his stream and comes over this stream. Oh my gosh, you're watching both of those. Dude, multitask. I should wrap this up. I mean, really, YouTube, what I wanted to say is, look, I'm not here to get you to give me money. I don't give a bleep whether you give me my money or not. That being said, if I'm going to give you a bunch of information that is really super valuable, and trust me, the YouTube course is super, 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 super valuable, and you want to spend not years and years and years trying to figure it out and going, oh, now I figured out what I should do, and then spend years doing that thing, then go take the frickin' course, period. And if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to grow it, if you don't want to do that, then don't do it. Number 2 is, if you got a job right now, and you're making money, then shut up and be smiley about your job and making money. This whole I'm going to jump over to YouTube and make money is really stupid in most cases. Like, there are a lot of people that would stand in line to have your job or make your money or whatever you're doing like right now. A lot of people would do it for half what you're making right now. So just chill out on the job thing. Third thing is, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, do it on the side. Like, build this thing up. And then at some point you're going to go, yep, I'm doing this. If I wasn't doing this and I was doing this and I doubled the time and everything else doing this, given 6 months at least, then I'm going to go do the YouTube thing full time. But YouTube as an ad revenue stream is not the only one. You need more than one. I cover that in the course. I need to wrap this up. HD Works, such a nice homey mood going on here. I've been devouring a meal while listening. Oh, nice, man. HD Works, I know you. Kevin, it depends who is doing the live stream or live streaming. The person could be dead while streaming. So do you call it dead streaming? Dead stream. Nay. Love you, Cav. The honesty and straightforwardness is, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I know you. I know you. I don't know. Whatever. I'm giving you a wrench. You're now a moderator. Anyway, I should get out of here. I really wanted to cover a bunch of stuff. Basically, work at it. Persist. Don't give up. Your channel will go like this. Install, install, install. Fine. Just make videos when you start out. Just make videos. I did this a week or 2 weeks ago on this. Just make videos. Just keep making videos. Make a video about anything and everything. So YouTube goes, oh, there's a person who makes videos. And do it if you really like doing it. Do it on a subject you're passionate about. Don't do it for the money. Don't jump after the money. The money comes later. I got to go. Someone needs to remake the Futurama meme with Kevin. Keep your money. Manu. Hello, sir. Thanks. We want more music from you. I took a couple of courses a few months ago regularly to you. Hey, thanks, Linda Q. Regularly, right to you. Yeah, I thought so. Hey, have a great weekend. I'm going to go head over to Bart's things. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I didn't go more in-depth, in-deep onto this stuff. This is the Unscripted channel. I never know what's going to happen. We take right turns and left turns and up and down and everything else. Anyway, I should probably call up this thing where I can end the live stream. Hey? I'm unprepared. Okay, so what? Who gives a crap? Where are you? Now it's going to tell me this is the wrong thing. Come on. Do it. Tell me it's the wrong thing. Yeah, there you are. Bam. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm going to jump to the awesome end animation. I appreciate you hanging out with me on your Saturday and spending time with me. If you have any questions, go over to the university and take a course. If you're taking a course, free or paid, go to the Facebook group and join. Only if you've taken a free or paid course. If you have some question or something, email me. I answer everything. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Hey, thanks a lot. It's definitely been an unscripted day. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you at the Wednesday Pro meeting when I answer a lot of other questions. We're going to jump to the end animation. I'm going to go check out what Spart's doing. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Be safe. Be kind. Take care.